Hi, I'm Jackie Lappin, and I've spent the last 4 decades as a leading expert in publicity for internationally known brands and entertainment companies, and especially over the last several years for the world's change makers, including Dr. Joe Vitale, Don Miguel Ruiz of the 4 Agreements, and Ariel Ford of the Soulmate Secret. I've also carved a niche helping people get booked at venues all over North America to deliver their message of empowerment. Now, as an awakened millionaire, you may be driven by a calling to be a force for positive change in the world. And of course, one of the most effective ways to change lives is to embark on a public speaking campaign. Now, this doesn't yet need to be delivering high-level professional keynotes in front of thousands of people. It can simply be consistent outreach at local venues that welcome you, your wisdom, and your inspiration. You can also take advantage of your travel schedule by marrying business trips or family visitations to speaking engagements in cities where you are already slated to be. But to do this, you should be well prepared in advance. You want to present yourself as accomplished, an expert in your field, and a respected presenter. To convince bookers to take a chance on you, you need to make them feel confident that you can be a benefit to their audience. Now, if you're embarking on a speaking campaign, there are 10 things you cannot afford to be without. Make sure you've got all of these nailed down. Here's what you need to have. Your speaker one sheet. Now, this marketing tool is one that every speaker needs. This single-page document should contain all the information to impress the booker about your skills as a presenter, the value of your content, why they should book you, your expertise, and what other people have said about you or your presentation. Most importantly, it should speak to how it will benefit the audience. What's in it for them? Your expertise isn't enough. Your great presentation skills aren't enough. You need to give them a reason on how the audience will grow, change, learn, and get motivated. What's the benefit and the expected outcome? Now, the next thing you need to consider is your website. The first thing a booker will do is review your website. If you have a 10-year-old website or one with old links and old blogs, you are doing yourself more harm than good. Make sure you have a contemporary website, one that is horizontal in nature, with big photographs, video if possible, and minimal words on the homepage. The colors must also reflect today's trends. Your logo, if you're using one, should be crisp and simple. The site must speak to today's values, client needs, and user accessibility, with very easy navigation and little clutter. Now, your photos are another issue. Integrity in presenting yourself is key. So if you're using a 10-year-old photo to make yourself look younger, there is a disconnect in honesty between you and the person who books you, or you and the audience. You've already shot yourself in the foot if you show up looking very different. So let go of the fear of rejection at how you look today and put on your best face and go get new photos taken. Video is the next thing. The most effective way to convince people you are worth booking is to show them how great you are in front of an audience. Arrange for someone to video your next presentation, edit it down to the very best 10 minutes, and post this on your website or on any speaker presentation site where you may have also posted your profile. Now, the next thing you need is one compelling presentation that moves people emotionally and drives them to take action. People who are gripped by emotion are far more likely to engage with you. First, they're moved with your story, and then they're moved by how you make them feel about themselves. If they feel a great need or a void, and you state clearly how you can help fill that need, you've got them. So plot your presentation carefully to touch on the emotional high points, and then give them a clear path for redemption or salvation. Next up, testimonials. You want to convince a booker that you are worth presenting to his or her audience. Show what other people have said about having you on their stages, or how audience members have responded. Go out and gather and present testimonials. The next thing you need to have is a way for people to engage with you after the presentation. If you are presenting on a stage, you are remiss if you don't present them a way to stay further engaged with you. Now, this could be by giving away something free, or conducting an on-site raffle, or asking them to buy a book, or signing up for your newsletter, or a free opt-in gift, or offering them an opportunity to enroll in your next workshop, your next coaching program, your next mastermind, your next telesummit, or your next private consultation. You have a captive audience. Make sure to find a way to keep them in your community. Before you get on stage, have a plan for engagement. Now, you also need a convenient way to sell in the back of the room. When you complete your presentation, it is likely that many people are going to rush up to you with all of their questions, and they want to chat and demands for your attention. How do you manage to sell your books and products when your attention is distracted? Fortunately, new technology has given you a simple answer. Your smartphone or digital device has become the modern-day cash register. The Square, PayPal, and others have developed an easy way to take credit card purchases with a swipe and a signature. So preload the prices, including any taxes, of your merchandise or your products or your coaching programs, or the merchandise bundles, that's when you add more than one product together, and then show either an assistant, a friend, or someone pre-designated by the venue how to use this simple system while you are otherwise occupied. By preloading the merchandise pricing, it takes the guesswork and mistakes out of the picture. But don't forget to bring a cash box with change and smaller bills, as some people still like to do transactions the old-fashioned way. Now, you really also need to have one element, and it's called confidence. Even if you don't feel confident, act as if while on stage. Confidence makes people feel that they're in good hands. But the way to get confident is to practice. Know your stuff. You shouldn't be presenting from rote, but you should know where you are headed. Work from a general outline in your mind. Do it enough times and it becomes easier and easier. By the time I did 50 radio interviews for my last book, I honed my presentation so effectively that my next in-person speaking engagement was a breeze. I was able to focus on connecting to my audience because the content just flowed, as I had done it dozens and dozens of times before. Now, the last element is the most important, finding your tribe. To get booked, you have to spend time engaged in the process of finding the right venues, connecting with bookers, providing your materials, and then locking down the details. If you don't have a speakers bureau or an assistant to book you, it's all on you. However, if you have a message of personal, global, or prosperity transformation, I might just have a shortcut for you. It's called Speakertunity, and it's the brand new twice-a-month Speaker Leads tip sheet. We've got direct contacts for venues, organizations, and events that welcome awakened, enlightened, transformational leaders. Visit speakertunity.com for the details.